Graduation night. Chloe Henderson posted a flyer for an 18-plus party in our class group chat on Snapchat. We're finally adults. Who's still trying to play the good little kid? Let's celebrate graduation tonight. Drinks, games, and a taste of the real adult world. In my past life, I tried my best to stop this party. I contacted the school counselor, notified parents, and even rushed to the entrance of the venue to block everyone. The party was eventually cancelled. Chloe didn't get her promoter fee. She became the laughingstock of the entire grade and ended up jumping off a building. But everyone said I was the one who killed her. They got me drunk, dragged me to the rooftop, and forced me to kneel before her memorial photo to apologize. And they pushed me off the edge. When I opened my eyes again, I was back to the exact moment she posted that flyer on Snapchat. She tagged me directly in the chat. Sienna Crawford. You're not going to ruin the fun again, are you? I looked at her Venmo link, the penthouse suite address, the premium adult livestream preview, and the 2 underage names on the RSVP list. I smiled. This time, I didn't say a single word of warning. Do whatever you want. Just don't drag me down with you. I simply took screenshots, screen recorded, and saved all the evidence. Then I turned around and dialed the police. Hi, I'd like to report an illegal party involving underage drinking and sketchy live streaming. The class group chat on Snapchat blew up after Chloe posted the flyer. The messages scrolled up like crazy. A graduation party? Exciting. This is how you celebrate graduation. Who wants to go to some boring karaoke bar? Is the whole class going? That is going to be wild. Chloe is amazing. How did you even book a place like this? A flyer was designed to look highly suggestive, black background with bold red letters. At the top, it read, "Don't waste your first night as an adult." Below that were photos of the penthouse suite, dim lighting, towers of alcohol, and a few blurred screenshots of a live stream. I stared at my phone screen, my fingertips turning cold. I knew this flyer all too well. In my past life, Chloe had used this exact image to drag our entire class into that sketchy graduation party. I was the class valedictorian back then. I begged her to delete the flyer, went to the school counselor, and called the parents. I forced the party to shut down. Because of that, Chloe lost her promoter fee. She was mocked by everyone and eventually took her own life. And I was lured to the rooftop by them, forced to kneel before her picture. Logan Carter's eyes had been bloodshot as he yelled, "Sienna, why couldn't you just let her be happy for once?" And then he pushed me off. Now I was back at the moment Chloe posted the flyer. Chloe sent a voice note to the group. Her voice was sickeningly sweet. Don't chicken out. We've worked so hard for this. We're finally adults. We should at least see what the real adult world looks like, right? It's not anything bad. It's just making a memory for our youth. Immediately someone chimed in. Imagine being an adult and still letting your parents ground you. Embarrassing. Anyone who doesn't show up tonight is a coward. Watching their excitement, I felt incredibly calm. In this life, I wouldn't stop them. But they were not going to put my name on that list either. I typed in the group, "I'm not going. Please remove my name from the list." After I sent the message, the group chat fell silent for 2 seconds. Then Chloe tagged me. "See, Sana, you're not going to be a buzzkill again, are you? It's our last class event. If you don't come, it's going to be so awkward for everyone." Logan jumped in right after. "Sana, can you stop acting like you're better than everyone else? Do you have any idea how much effort Chloe put into booking this place for us? What do you mean you're not going?" I stared coldly at the screen. "I'm not going. And I don't authorize anyone to use my name for RSVPs, promotion, or collecting money." The group chat exploded. "She really thinks she's some VIP. Who even wants you there? Better if she doesn't come. Otherwise, she'd probably call the cops on us." At the venue, Chloe posted a sad face emoji. "Guys, don't talk about Sienna like that. He's just a bit conservative. But the guest list has already been submitted. Changing it now is going to be a huge pain." I looked at that sentence and smirked. In my past life, this was exactly how I got dragged into the mud. Guest list is already submitted. The deposit is paid. The photos are already used. The promo flyer is already out. They tied me to their ship step by step. And then cursed at me for not wanting to drown with them. This time, I replied directly, "I don't care how much of a pain it is, change it. Otherwise, I will take legal action." Chloe stopped replying in the group chat. Instead, she sent me a direct message. "Sienna, do you have to do this? Everyone just wants to relax. You're really ruining the vibe." I didn't reply. I opened the flyer she sent. Screenshot. Opened the payment code. Screenshot. Opened the RSVP list. Screenshot. Then I screen recorded the entire group chat and saved it. I wouldn't waste my breath running to them to play the savior. I would let their own actions destroy them. Chloe had always been good at manipulating people. Her talent wasn't playing the victim. It was wrapping her own selfish greed in the blanket of everyone's freedom. She posted another long message in the group chat. "I know some people might think this kind of party is sketchy, but we've graduated, and most of us are 18. This is our first time making our own decisions. Are we really going to live under other people's judgment? I'm not doing this for myself. I just want us all to remember this night." With just a few words, she turned herself into a saint, fighting for the class's freedom. Someone immediately followed up. "Chloe, don't worry about her. She's been like this since freshman year, trying to control everything. Sienna, if you don't want to go, fine, but don't ruin it for the rest of us." Logan called me directly. I picked up and turned on the call recorder. "Sienna, what the hell is your problem?" His voice was aggressive. You weren't like this before, I asked calmly. How was I before? You used to look out for everyone. Now I'm looking out for myself. Logan choked on his words. After a few seconds, he lowered his voice. Chloe is going through a lot. Her parents are super strict. Now that she's finally graduated, she just wants to have fun with everyone. Can you stop targeting her? I laughed. How am I targeting her? I just said I'm not going. Not going is disrespectful to her. Then her respect is way too expensive. Logan lost his patience. Sienna, can you stop being so sarcastic? The whole class is going except you. Do you think that's right? I asked him. 2 of our classmates on that list aren't 18 yet. Did you know that? The other end of the line went silent for a moment. Logan quickly dismissed it. It's only a few months difference. Besides, it's not like we're doing anything illegal. And why does it have to be an 18+ party? Why are there suggestive games? Why is there a live stream room linked to it? Logan's voice grew even more annoyed. Can you stop thinking everything is so dirty? It's just games. Chloe said there will be party promoters and some top donors from the stream will send gifts just to make it more hyped. Because I didn't immediately argue with him, he kept talking and revealed more. I asked softly, why would random donors send us gifts? Logan took it for granted to watch young people having fun. They have money to burn. And what happens after they send gifts? Why do you care so much? I looked at the recording waves on my screen. Logan, are you absolutely sure nothing will go wrong tonight? He said, I'm sure if anything happens, I'll take full responsibility. I said, fine. Remember what you just said? After hanging up, I backed up the recording. Chloe posted a new update in the group chat. 8 o'clock tonight at your Heights penthouse. It's $100 per person. That covers the suite, drinks, game props, and the entry. Pass for the live stream. Bring your IDs. We'll check them at the door to make sure we're of age. I stared at the word IDs. Someone asked, what if we're underage? Chloe replied quickly, don't ask that in the group. I'll handle it once we get there. She added a winking emoji. I took a screenshot. A second later, she unsent the message. Too bad. It was too late. I sent her a DM, remove me from the list. Also, the underage kids shouldn't go. She replied instantly. Sienna, did you screen record our chat? What are you so nervous about? Finally, she sent, I just want everyone to have fun. I didn't reply. Someone who genuinely wanted everyone to have fun wouldn't drag underage classmates to a place like that. And she definitely wouldn't put my picture on her promo flyer. After I rejected her, I clicked on her Instagram post. Caption read, graduated. The whole class is entering the adult world tonight. In the photo collage, my school portrait was placed in the corner. Underneath it said, even our straight A valedictorian is coming. The comment section was already getting weird. The quiet ones are always the wildest. Can't wait to see her. Where's the stream link? I stared at those comments, my fists clenching. In my past life, I died because of them and I even blamed myself for being a busybody. Now I finally understood some people aren't blind to boundaries. They just think that as long as everyone is dragged down with them, no one can point fingers. I saved the post, the comments, and the payment QR code. Then I called the police tip line. Hi, I want to report something. Someone is organizing a high school graduation party that involves underage drinking and sketchy live streaming. There will be minors there and there's a risk of non-consensual filming and streaming. I have the group chat logs, payment codes, address and promo flyers. The officer on the phone instantly grew serious. Do not go to the location yourself and do not confront them. Send all your evidence to this email. I said, will do. After hanging up, I organized all the evidence into a folder. At 6 p.m., Chloe started pushing for the payments. The RSVP list was updating rapidly in the group chat. Chloe Henderson paid, Logan Carter paid, Justin Miller paid. 7:20 p.m., my parents were still working late. I was home alone. Suddenly the doorbell rang. I looked through the peephole. Logan was standing at the door. 2 other boys from our class were with him. They were holding a gift bag smirking. Logan knocked on the door. Sienna, I know you're in there. Open up. I remained quiet. He knocked harder, his voice growing impatient. Stop hiding. The whole class is waiting for you. Don't you feel bad? I took out my phone and started video recording through the door. I asked, what are you doing here? To pick you up, I said. I'm not going. Too bad. Logan's tone was mocking. You're the valedictorian. The graduation party isn't complete without you. The boy next to him laughed. You don't even have to change. We have people at the party who can do your makeup. I asked coldly, who sent you? Logan said, Chloe is doing this for your own good. She said, you're just shy. Once you get there and the vibe is right, you'll probably wild out more than any of us. Logan, you said in the group chat that you dragged me there. Is that still your plan? It went quiet outside the door for a second. He seemed to realize I might be recording. Don't twist my words. I was obviously joking. Then leave now, Sienna. He lowered his voice. Don't push your luck. Chloe's stream is already getting hyped up. If you don't show, the big donors are going to charge back their gifts. Do you have any idea how much money she'll have to refund? So Chloe had already sold us out as entertainment for her stream. I asked. So if I don't go, she loses money? Logan stayed silent. I kept asking, who is she taking money from? Who are these donors? And why is my photo on the flyer? Logan snapped, frustrated. Sienna, are you done? It's just a photo. People wanted to see the smart girl. What's the big deal? I recorded every single word. Then I dialed 911. Hi. There are people blocking my door, threatening to force me to an illegal party. I have audio and video recordings of the threat outside. Logan's face instantly paled. Sienna, you actually called the cops? I stared at him through the door. Yes. Didn't you say you take full responsibility? Let's see if you can handle this first. Logan's face turned white. The two boys beside him immediately stepped away from my door. She's actually calling the police, one of them whispered. I smiled through the door. You should probably stay right there. I already told them there are 3 people outside my house refusing to leave. Turn that off. Logan snapped. I laughed. Oh, now you care about recordings? His jaw tightened. Sienna, we're leaving. Good. Take your gift bag too. I don't accept pity presents from people who threaten me. The boys dragged Logan toward the driveway. Before he left, he turned around. You're going to regret this. I opened the door just enough to look him straight in the eyes. Logan, darling, you keep saying things like that. I smiled brightly. But somehow, I'm always the one with the evidence. His expression twisted. I shut the door. 5 minutes later, police arrived. I handed them the recordings, then showed them the screenshots, the RSVP list, the payment records, Chloe's deleted message, the flyer with my photo, and Logan's threats. The officer's expression grew more serious with every file. You did the right thing by staying inside. I smiled. I know. He blinked. I shrugged. Sorry. I know I'm supposed to look traumatized. He almost laughed. I'd rather you stay confident. Oh, I am. I had spent my entire first life apologizing for other people's disasters. This time, I was going to enjoy watching them clean up their own mess. At 7:55 p.m., my phone exploded. The party had started. Chloe posted a video to the class group chat. The penthouse was packed. Music blasted. Alcohol covered the tables. Everyone was screaming and dancing. Then Chloe appeared on camera wearing a sparkling red dress. Welcome to our first night as adults. The comments flooded in. This is insane. Chloe, you ate. Where's Sienna? Someone replied. Probably sitting at home calling somebody's mom. Chloe laughed. Then she looked directly into the camera. Don't worry, everyone. Our little valedictorian decided she was too good for us. The room erupted in laughter. I stared at the screen while eating strawberries from a bowl. Too good for you? I tilted my head. Sweetheart, I'm too smart for you. Then another notification appeared. A live stream had started. The preview showed the entire penthouse. Someone had already connected the party to a paid private stream. People were sending gifts. The numbers climbed rapidly. Then a message appeared from an anonymous donor. Where's the valedictorian? We were promised she'd be here. Chloe's smile faltered. She quickly typed. She'll probably arrive later. I burst out laughing. Oh, absolutely not. I opened the police upline chat and sent another screenshot. Then I posted one thing in the class group. Sienna, Chloe, stop telling people I'm coming. I have never agreed to attend this party. Chloe replied almost immediately. Chloe, why are you embarrassing me publicly? Sienna, I'm correcting your lie publicly. The group went wild. Justin, damn. Mia, Chloe, did you actually tell the stream people Sienna was coming? Chloe, I never said that. I uploaded the screenshot of her Instagram post. Sienna, even our straight A valedictorian is coming. Then I added. Sienna, your own caption says otherwise. The chat went dead. Then Logan appeared. Logan, can you stop ruining everything? I replied. Sienna, I'm sitting at home eating strawberries. You're the ones throwing the illegal party. Someone sent a laughing emoji. Then another. Then 10. Chloe's face appeared on the livestream. She was furious. Sienna is obsessed with ruining people's happiness. I watched her rant while the police entered the building. The livestream suddenly shook. Someone screamed. The music stopped. Then Chloe shouted, who called the police? The stream cut off. I leaned back against my couch. Me. I grabbed another strawberry. Obviously. Within minutes, the class group chat became complete chaos. The police are here. Everyone run. They're checking IDs. Chloe, what the hell did you do? Then one message appeared from a classmate. They're checking the livestream equipment too. Another message followed. The 2 underage students are being questioned. Chloe called me. I answered on speaker. What? I asked sweetly. You did this. Her voice was shaking with rage. I smiled. Did what? You called the police. I did. You knew this would ruin everything. No, Chloe. You ruined everything. You're jealous. I laughed. Jealous of what? Your criminal record? She went silent. I could hear shouting behind her. Then Logan grabbed the phone. Sienna, you need to fix this. I nearly choked laughing. Fix what? You caused this. No, darling. I twirled a strand of hair around my finger. You organized it. You promoted it. You collected the money. You invited minors. You sold access to a live stream. You threatened me when I refused to participate. I smiled. I just stayed home. Logan's breathing became heavy. You're really going to let Chloe take the fall? I laughed again. Why would I? I paused. You two can take turns. The call ended. By midnight, the party was completely shut down. The penthouse manager had called the police. The livestream platform froze the payments. Several parents arrived furious. And Chloe's carefully crafted image as the fun, fearless graduation queen collapsed in a single night. But she wasn't finished. The next morning, she posted a crying video. She claimed I had deliberately sabotaged her. She said I was jealous because everyone loved her. She said the party had been perfectly safe until I involved the police. Then she made the mistake that changed everything. She uploaded a screenshot of my old messages from my first life. Messages begging her to cancel the party. Messages where I warned her. Messages where I sounded desperate. Thousands of people began attacking me. She was obsessed with Chloe. She really did ruin her life. She needs help. I stared at the comments. Then I smiled. Because Chloe had accidentally given me exactly what I needed. I posted one video. It wasn't a crying apology. It wasn't a defense. It was a timeline. First, Chloe's flyer. Then the payment records. Then the RSVP list. Then the underage names. Then the deleted message about sneaking them inside. Then the livestream advertisement. Then Logan's recorded phone call. Then the video of him threatening me outside my house. Finally, I posted the police report number. My caption was simple. Since everyone wants the whole story, here it is. The internet exploded. People who had called me jealous started deleting their comments. Parents began demanding answers. The school announced an investigation. And then the worst thing happened to Chloe. The livestream donors started posting their own screenshots. They claimed Chloe had promised them access to the students. One donor uploaded a message from her saying, "Don't worry. They'll be there. Especially Sienna. She's the main attraction." I stared at the screenshot. My smile disappeared. Not because I was scared. Because I was furious. She hadn't simply wanted me at the party. She had planned to use me. My face. My reputation. My graduation. My body. Everything. I picked up my phone and called my lawyer. "Hi." I smiled. "I think it's time we make Chloe Henderson very famous." The next morning, Chloe woke up to find herself trending. And for once, everyone knew exactly why. By breakfast, Chloe's name was everywhere. Someone had leaked the full livestream payment records. Then someone else posted screenshots of Chloe negotiating with the promoter. Then the penthouse manager confirmed that Chloe had booked the suite under a fake description. The internet tore her apart. But Chloe still had one weapon. She had Logan. At noon, Logan posted a video. He looked exhausted, but his voice was steady. Sienna knew about the party beforehand. She was angry because Chloe didn't invite her properly. That's why she called the police. I stared at the screen. Then I laughed. "That's your defense?" 5 minutes later, I uploaded the recording of our phone call. Logan's own voice played across the video. "If anything happens, I'll take full responsibility." Then came his words from outside my house. "The whole class is waiting for you. Don't push your luck. Chloe's stream is already getting hyped up." The comments exploded. He lied. She recorded everything. Why was he at her house? Logan deleted his video. Too late. Screenshots were already everywhere. Then Chloe called me. I answered. "You're ruining my life." I was sitting in a salon getting my hair done. "Darling, your life was already ruined. I'm just making sure the receipts match." "You think you're so clever." "I think I'm fabulous." I checked my reflection. My hair certainly agrees. She screamed. "You caused this." I rolled my eyes. "Chloe, you booked the penthouse. You called the police. You invited minors. You recorded us. You threatened me. You hate me." I smiled. "No." She stopped. "I don't hate you." I picked up my lip gloss. "I just don't save people from consequences anymore." She started crying. "Please, Sienna." I paused. Her voice cracked. "Please help me." I almost laughed. In my first life, I had begged her. I had begged everyone. I had sacrificed my reputation trying to stop her from destroying herself. And when she died, they blamed me. Now she was begging me. I looked at my reflection and carefully applied another layer of gloss. "No." The call went silent. Then Chloe whispered, "You'll regret this." I smiled. "I already died once because of you." Her breathing stopped. She hadn't known. I realized my mistake. Then she whispered, "What did you say?" I recovered instantly. I said, "I've already wasted enough time on you." I hung up. But that tiny slip wouldn't leave my mind. Because Chloe had gone quiet too quickly. That afternoon, she showed up at school. She marched into the administration office with Logan beside her. She claimed I had fabricated the recordings. She claimed I had edited the screenshots. She even accused me of hacking her accounts. Unfortunately for her, the police already had the original files. And the livestream platform had server records. Every payment. Every login. Every deleted message. Every account connected to the event. The truth was no longer something Chloe could talk her way out of. Then the school counselor called me in. I expected another lecture. Instead, she placed a folder on the desk. "We found something concerning." I opened it. Inside were screenshots from Chloe's private messages. She had been planning the party for months. She had contacted promoters. She had discussed the livestream. She had negotiated how much money she could make. And there was one conversation that made my stomach turn. Chloe had written, "If Sienna refuses, I'll use her picture anyway. People are curious about her." The promoter replied, "Good. She'll bring attention." Then Chloe wrote, "If she causes trouble, Logan will handle her." I stared at the screen. The room suddenly felt very small. "Logan knew?" The counselor nodded. "We believe so." I leaned back. "So this wasn't just Chloe?" "No." I smiled slowly. "Then that's perfect." The counselor looked confused. I closed the folder. Because I was starting to think I'd have to ruin them one at a time. That evening, I went home and opened my graduation dress. A sparkling silver gown I'd bought weeks ago. I hadn't planned to attend the after party. But I still had one graduation ceremony left. And I intended to look incredible. The next morning, I walked into the graduation hall wearing the dress under my robe. Everyone stared. Whispers followed me down the aisle. Chloe wasn't there. Logan was. He looked miserable. When my name was called as valedictorian, I walked onto the stage smiling. The applause was thunderous. I accepted my diploma. Then I stepped toward the microphone. "I'd like to say something." The principal looked surprised. I smiled sweetly. Graduation is supposed to be about stepping into adulthood. I looked directly at Logan. "So here's my first adult decision." The room quieted. I refused to carry anyone else's mistakes. A few students shifted uncomfortably. I continued. "If you make a bad choice, own it. If you hurt someone, apologize. And if you break the law, don't expect the person who warned you to take the blame." The entire hall went silent. Then I smiled. "Congratulations, everyone." The applause erupted. I walked off stage feeling lighter than I ever had in my first life. Outside, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. "You think it's over?" I stared at it. Another message appeared. "Ask Chloe what happened the night she died." My smile disappeared. I read it again. Then another message came through. "Because she didn't tell you the truth in your first life." I slowly lowered my phone. Someone else remembered. And whoever it was had been watching me from the beginning. I stared at the message. Someone else remembered my first life. Before I could respond, another photo arrived. It was a picture of Chloe and Logan standing together on the rooftop from my first life. My blood ran cold. Then another message appeared. "You weren't supposed to die that night." I immediately called the number. It went straight to voicemail. I sent one message. "Who are you?" The reply came seconds later. "Someone who watched Logan push you." I froze. Then the final message appeared. "And someone who knows Chloe was alive when you left that roof." I dropped my phone. That night, I found the old news article about my death. It had always said I fell from the rooftop after becoming emotionally unstable over Chloe's death. But now I looked closer. There was a detail I'd never noticed. The police report had been filed by Logan. Not the building manager. Not a witness. Logan. And the time of death listed for me was 23 minutes after the time Logan claimed I had fallen. Someone had changed the timeline. I reopened the anonymous chat. "Send me everything." A minute later, dozens of files appeared. Security footage. Messages. Bank transfers. And one video. I pressed play. It showed the rooftop from my first life. Chloe was standing there. Alive. She was crying. Logan was furious. "You said she'd be here alone." Chloe screamed back, "I didn't tell you to push her." Logan grabbed her arm. "She ruined everything." Then I appeared on screen. I was stumbling toward them, already drunk. I heard my own voice. "Why did you bring me here?" Logan turned. The video shook. Then he shoved me. I fell. Chloe screamed. But she didn't jump. She ran. She left me there. Alive. The video ended. I sat completely still. All those years, everyone had told me Chloe had died because of me. But she had survived that night. She had watched Logan push me. And she let everyone believe I was responsible for her death. The anonymous sender finally revealed himself. It was Ethan Brooks. One of the quietest boys in our class. The boy who had disappeared after graduation in my first life. He called me. "I found the footage years ago," he said. I was terrified of Logan's family. I ran. "Why send it now?" "Because this time, you didn't die." I laughed bitterly. "So you waited until I could fight back." "I knew you'd want the truth." I looked at the screen. "I don't just want the truth." I smiled. "I want them ruined." The next morning, I released everything. The rooftop footage. The payment records. The livestream messages. Logan's threats. Chloe's plans. Every lie. The internet exploded. Logan was arrested. Chloe was questioned for hours. The school expelled them both. The promoter lost his license. And every person who had called me a murderer publicly apologized. Logan tried to contact me from the police station. I blocked him. Chloe sent me one final message. "I'm sorry." I stared at it. Then deleted it. I didn't need her apology. I had already gotten something better. Freedom. Months later, I stood on stage at a university orientation ceremony. I had graduated again, this time without anyone dragging me into their disaster. My phone buzzed. A news alert appeared. Logan Carter sentenced after rooftop assault investigation. Another notification followed. Chloe Henderson charged for fraud, illegal streaming arrangements, and contributing to an underage drinking event. I smiled. Then I slipped my phone into my purse. My second life wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about making sure nobody ever convinced me that protecting myself was cruelty. I adjusted my sunglasses. Anyway. I looked at my reflection. I'm late for brunch. And walked away. Because unlike my first life, this one belonged entirely to me.